Okay, that's definitely enough of that. Hello everybody, I am Hellhounds20 of YouTube. Welcome to the 73rd episode of Left for Random Talk. Just waiting patiently on Rev to pop into the call. Giving him a thumbs up emote, because that's how I communicate half the time. Sometimes words can't describe what I'm trying to say. Hope everybody's excited for Christmas. It's coming around the corner. I'm excited. Also a little stressed, and for the most part, very tired. So if I sound a little groggy, it's because I am. I did not sleep very well the night before. I'm trying the magic trick. I'm opening up Fire Alpaca. I'm grabbing my tablet. I am plugging it in.
Alright, what I missed?
Why does this always work?
What works?
Every time I don't know where the hell you are, I start, I open up Fire Alpaca. I plug in my tablet, and right before I put the pen down, you show up. This has happened each and every freaking time.
Well, that's the thing. I'm always here. I just wait for the most inconvenient moment to appear, and then it's like, hello!
You're the superhero nobody wanted.
Exactly. Who appears in coffee cups. It's just my head. It pokes up from the rim. Hi! Alright, so hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. For those of you watching, thank you again. Yeah. Everything's going insane right now. At least from the YouTube side of things. assuming everyone's heard of that. Am I still live, or
Yes, you're
did
still
my
live.
thing?
I wanted to finally
Okay.
use a new feature that I put onto the Twitch side.
Oh, I see. I see.
So
So
there's now
Hans played Godzilla for 0 bit.
it's the 2014 one, so it's the long roar from
Fair
the
enough.
trailer, which I really wish they kept.
What will you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank everyone for being there. It's still getting weird on this end. Like, we are talking. I don't know what's happening with YouTube. I really don't.
Yeah. There are so
It-
many steps that well, there's not very many steps, but
oh no,
still,
no, that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like YouTube's decide. You know what? Fuck the creators.
yeah.
And the funny thing is, I heard that Mixer's now going to start rolling out or is betaing the a monetization setup for people, just like YouTube. So this is the end. This is the fucking end of YouTube. It finally
So
has the competition.
there is one setback with
Hmm.
Mixer,
And that
which
is.
odds are they're going to change someday. I don't know when. Um, when you stream,
Hmm.
the recording only lasts 14 days.
How odd.
And then it immediately disappears. And I tried to see if there's any way I could save the D&D thing we did. No, there's no way to save the D&D thing we did.
Well,
It's
that
either
sucks.
download it or delete it.
Oh well. I'm sure they'll fix it once enough people get annoyed with it.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Then you got like other shit as well. Like the whole content cop fiasco. That was interesting. Apparently YouTube's
Probably.
going around. No, no. Apparently, from what I've been hearing, YouTube's going around and beginning its new quote unquote anti-harassment policies, aka we don't want people making videos about other people who point out serious flaws in those people. And apparently, they've been deleting videos in an attempt to be like, oh, it's totally nothing. It's not targeted or anything. It's just exam. It's like bullshit, fucking bullshit. So they got that going around. Like I said, I'm not Susan. What's her face? The Canadian chick who runs YouTube now. What's her face?
I don't know.
Susan. You have an impossible last name to say. Ever since she's taken over, YouTube's just kind of been dying on her watch,
Yeah.
hasn't it? $5 says she wasn't qualified. This was like an internal power move, and they're like, "Oh no, look at us. We have a woman CEO. What do you mean our platform's dying?" Like within
Sometimes
5 seconds.
Great.
What?
No, nothing.
Oh, you want to know something absolutely insane, by the way?
Hmm.
I just checked. Half-Life's VR, or sorry, Steam's VR system, its new VR thingamajigger,
Yep.
it's totally sold out.
Not surprised.
And it's not even Christmas. I'm just sitting here in total shock, like, okay, it seems Half-Life still sells. That's saying something.
Fuck yeah.
I've also checked the VR controller. I was wondering uh, why this one is so different. You know, like why it is that you can't use a oh god, what's it called?
A vibe or something
Um
like that.
exactly,
Vive.
like another system. Why do you need another headset, whatever, or controller headset setup? Apparently, from what I've been hearing, one of the controllers is a glove. So you're
Wow.
able to move your fingers entirely, just like with Alex. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm actually I'm surprised, and at the same time, I'm kind of wondering like how much is this gonna fuck up the game? Oh, just oh look at that, it's destroyed. So you got that going on, and of course, people have been bombarding me nonstop to talk about certain topics again.
Great.
Wait, I need to show something.
Hmm?
Oh, YouTube, you and your stupid annotations sometimes. Someone just sent me this for the Half-Life VR.
What the fuck?
You will not save him, Alex. Pants alone cannot predict his feet. Oh
Oh,
no,
closed
that's so
captions are
stupid.
amazing.
Pants alone. Oh, I want that on a shirt now. Pants alone cannot predict your feet. Oh, so that's happening. Um, but yeah, no, people are trying to get me to talk about certain things, like just uh, hey, did you hear about this thing and that? And for some of them, want me to talk about the new Steven Universe series going on. Future, it's called.
Uh,
Y-
I'm sorry, what?
No, people were asking, hey, are you going to talk about the new Steven Universe series, Future?
Hmm.
Uh,
Um,
I sat down, I saw like the 3 episodes, and it's not bad. It's more of the same, just like the series that came before it, but it's not bad. No, it's an
yeah.
interesting setup, and it actually addressed some of my issues from the show, which I was kind of like, oh, okay. Again, weird little things, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Hot damn.
Yeah, in a good sense. I mean, I like the idea, I like the setup and what's going on. In concept, I should say. It's still fucking weird, though.
Yeah.
Some things are still fucking weird, though, I should say.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's nice to see this whole fish out of water element with the gems. Like, hey, integrate with human life. Please don't destroy this. I found it kind of funny. Cute but funny. Still, but I can honestly say I'm gonna watch it and see what all the hubbub is about. I do know that there was a whole thing about Steven's mother coming back.
Oh, good gods.
Well, technically, it's like three. I why do I want to say ruse? Ugh. Three, three, three rose quartz coming back, and they're all just almost identical to his mother. In fact, one's just a straight up copy.
Well,
And I'm
that's
just
how the
saying,
gems usually are.
well, no, I mean it's like it's a direct, like, oh, that's how she based her look on. I see. It was honestly kind of interesting and funny, and Steven's just having the world's biggest PTSD meltdown kind of thing. Like, I actually felt a little sad for him. It's like, I'm so sorry this happened,
But
but
it's
at the same
so
time, it's
funny.
fucking funny. Exactly. I'm just laughing my head off at this whole thing. Personally, and it's like you got three flavors of mother. You've got shy, hippie, and overly eager. I'm not even joking about that. It's so it's interesting, I'll say. At the same time, it's yeah, again, the show basically just kind of tries to justify it by saying, "Oh, they're more like his siblings than they are his mother." And I'm sitting there like, "No, no, there's one that's almost identical.
Yeah.
You're not getting me to say that's not the case. This was done on fucking purpose. Like, how much PTSD can we give this child?" Yeah, man, that's still funny. It's also very odd, you know. Yeah, but that's about it. And like I said, I'll do I think I'll do a proper review of these shows later on, like when everything's said and done, you know, and then
Yeah.
laugh at everyone's incredible uncomfortableness. But yeah, so you got that going on. You got the imploding YouTube. What else? Oh, I know there's something in the back of my mind. I just can't think of it. And there goes my headphone. Oh, right. Star Wars is imploding.
When is it not?
The actors are flat out saying this movie sucks.
Finally.
Well, it's funny because what was it? Remember when we talked about John Boyega, right? And we mentioned how we don't hate the guy, we just think he's not that great of an actor.
Yeah.
But I'm being completely serious here. He's okay. It's just he needs direction. But well, it turns out that he and everybody from the cast, except for Ray, no surprise, are basically saying, "Yeah, this is our last Star Wars thing. We're leaving." Hell, they even what was it? John, yeah, John Boyega and what's his face? The actor who plays Poe. Oh God, what's his name? Shit, I can't remember. The point is that they flat out said we're not coming back for anything Star Wars. We're not going to do Disney Plus, even though there's like a lot of money behind it. It's like we're done. And
Good
that
on
tells me
them.
that, hmm?
Good on them.
Well, yeah, because nobody gives a shit about them. Like I've said and joked about, we've got Ray, who the fuck are you? Light Han Solo in Poe, Finn, every stormtrooper ever, and that's it. You know, they're not even their things are all very skin deep. You know, and beyond and not beyond the surface, I should say. Well, basically, they're saying that they're not coming back for that, and it kind of lines up with the leaks that have been happening so far. Like the whole uh, Emperor Palpatine shoots lightning and blows up the Millennium Falcon with R2D2 in it.
What the
Because
fuck?
fuck you. Well, yeah, it's apparently a big one of the reshoots that's like, oh, the Emperor's so freakishly powerful that he can shoot lightning out from this one little asteroid he's on, and it destroys a huge portion of the Rebel fleet, including the Millennium Falcon, and it kills R2D2, C3PO, and all the original cast because fuck you. We're not even pretending to care anymore. So you got that going on. Let's see. So yeah, that's one of the big, or sorry, not the big leap, but I should say one of the big situations, I should say. So you got that happening in terms of the leaks, I should say, and nobody's interested. Nobody's happy about this, and Disney knows it. They're like scrambling to try and make back whatever money they can. Uh, Hold on, my freaking ears. So it's a big question that people are. Sorry, not even a big question. It's more like just Disney's in full panic mode. And like I said, the absolutely comical thing about this is that the ticket sales are low. No one's coming to see this movie, and it's only like we've got like maybe a week before this movie comes out, and the sales are basically turning up pitiful. So you got that going on. Let's see. Yeah, no, they're screwed. This is basically going to be the movie that kills Star Wars, and I can say that with absolute confidence. The only thing that's keeping Star Wars alive is The Mandalorian, and that's it.
Woohoo!
The only reason why it's good is because it has no political BS. It's Star Wars. It's fun. It actually makes me laugh. And that's not something you can do easily when it comes to media.
Yeah.
You know? Again, that's saying so. And the absolute insanity here as well is that Ray and like the actors for the new movie and everything, they're trying to like destroy Baby Yoda. Like they hate the idea that this little thing has captured the hearts of the fans where they have failed. Isn't that something?
This just in, somebody wants to kill an infant.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just sitting there, and like I said, my immediate thought is that what was it? That whole oh god, what was it? One of those Vizzy Pop uh, pilots, a hell of a boss. That's it. The whole line of they actually wanted us to kill a child. That's basically what the cast wants. They want to kill a baby.
Aye.
That's fucked up. But no, like I said, it's fun. It's interesting. I still don't like the main character. I said it once, I'll say it again. He's a shit Mandalorian. And I'm not afraid to say that. I mean, how many Mandalorians do you know who gets beaten by Jawa? Hmm? That's not even an exaggeration. Like, I'm gonna find the gift. I'm gonna find the gift because I need to show this. Like, everyone's like, oh, but he disintegrated so many. Yeah, and then he climbed up and got shocked and fell. Good job.
I mean, in the original movies, they hype up Boba Fett so much, and he gets defeated with one shot, and then eaten.
Yeah. Well, then later escapes, but that's the kind of the point. No, and this is my point, right? This
Did you
fucker
try
does
to
not
send
have
a
a jet.
GIF?
No, that's just like what I mean. He's climbing up the side of their sand rover, right?
Yeah.
This step one. It's like I see this, and my immediate thought is, this is why we have a jetpack. This is why we keep them, so you don't have to exert yourself climbing up the side of the sand rover and getting pelted with scraps of metal from midgets. That's rule one. You're already fucking up now. Rule two. When you see this, like just a bunch of little guys with guns, the second you climb up on the edge, don't wait there. Just start shooting the fuckers. You know?
Yeah.
No. Let me just stand there for a second. Pull out my tiny blaster pistol and look menacing. Wait, what do you mean they have shock rifles? Yeah, just like I said, I got nothing against the guy. I still think he needs more training. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I see the potential. I see him being a badass. The problem is he's still shit and needs someone to teach him to be a better fighter. Plain and simple. Over reliance on that Beskar is gonna get you killed, and I see it. So you got that going on. But no, everything. Like I said, I respect the guy, flat out. Like, recall when we humored the idea that maybe he's not really a Mandalorian. He's a thief, stole the armor.
Mhm.
We were wrong, and I'm
Oh.
willing to admit. He's what's called the Mandalorian. This one is something called a foundling. Ever heard of that?
No.
It's basically a child who's adopted by Mandalorians.
Oh.
The point is that they have to earn their way up to be a Mando, to be given the armor. So they start off small, with very poor armor. But the point is that Mandalorians can, in the clan, can donate Beskar, the alloy that makes their armor, to a foundling. That's kind of like it's like how do I put it? It's like pitching in to give a kid clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why his armor is kind of what's the word, patchy and everything, because he's been what's the word? I guess we could call it supporter. No, what do you call it when someone invests in someone else?
Investor.
Okay, well, no, not in that way. It's more like familial, like sponsor. That's
Investor.
it, sponsor.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, his sponsor gave him donated some Beskar to build the helmet and some other parts, but the rest of it is pretty shit, as is expected.
Mm-hmm.
However, what's interesting is that after he turns in the baby for the Prophet of Beskar, which you see that and your immediate thought is, what a fucking monster. But as soon as he gets back to the hideout, their clave, we'll call it, he donates a huge portion of that to the foundlings and only takes enough to build a full set of armor finally. That's it.
Hmm.
So again, there's more to the guy, and I can respect that. At the same time, like I said, you're still shit, and you need better improvement.
Thanks for that, Agtheo. It takes a village to arm a Mando.
Exactly. That's the best way to put it. And I can, like I said, I like this approach to Mandalorians. their culture's always been about like it's not bloodline that makes Mandalorian. It's the culture, and the
At
culture can be
least the people
adopted
who are
by
making
anyone.
the show do their homework.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, there are some slight changes, like describing how the culture's basically been annihilated due to the war and everything. But it's not like, oh, they're all shit, therefore defeated. No, it's more like their numbers are way too few to really build up again. So they have to go into
Mm-hmm.
hiding. They have to take up the jobs nobody wants to do. But I can respect that. I really can. And that's kind of what's made me grow softer for the guy, really. Still though, like I said, I'm just gonna forever tirade the fucker for not buying a jetpack. you it is mandatory for Mandalorian to have some way to fly around. Maneuverability, for fuck's sake. Doesn't even need to be a jetpack, jet boots. Anything. Get a fucking Iron Man hand propeller thing. Just get airborne. You dipshit. But yeah, I like I said, I enjoy what it shows. Hell, it even shows why he's a Mando to begin with, and actually kind of shows his age too. It turns out his parents were killed during the Clone Wars,
Mm.
and okay, basically,
I'm sorry,
he
I have to interrupt real quick.
shoot, yeah, shoot.
I don't know when my YouTube notifications turn back on, but
Mm-hmm.
one of them popped up and I look over it just to see who it's from. It's from cartoons. It's and the title just made me pause for a second.
What did it say?
Would you look at those balls? That's the title of his latest video. God,
So my screen name.
God damn it.
It's so fucked up. All right. But okay, so basically, I'm just going to show you this right here. So his parents were killed during the Clone Wars, and the scene is honestly amazing. I don't know how, but you've managed to make super battle droids more menacing than what they were depicted in Episode 2. I'm honestly shocked. So, they hide him in a, what's it called? They hide him in a storm shed, basically. They get killed. The door's thrown open, and this is what he sees. He sees a super battle droid just staring down at him. And it really shows you how, like, absolutely merciless the droid army really is.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is going to kill a kid. You can't get more mechanically focused than that.
So my dad watched those, like, one episode of Doomsday Preppers and regretted
Okay.
it. Because the first episode they show was a guy who doesn't trust robots.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Where is the image slideshow? Oh, it's just Keanu Reeves right now.
It's just...
That's all I have in the slideshow. Just so I don't have to go to a different scene.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Also, a slight side note, I found myself in the show.
You found your what?
I found myself.
Oh?
Yeah. I like
that
this.
is you.
Speak softly and carry a really big fucking gun. And the funny thing is he can fly too. He can actually fly with that thing.
What does he do? Does he just point it at the ground, hold the trigger?
No. They're little thrusters on the ammunition backpack.
Oh my god.
It's like whoosh. Oh, I love this.
Fly with the Valkyrie, start playing.
Exactly. Oh man, I'm. It actually showed Mandalorians in combat in an amazing way. Like they're not like constantly in the air. They're kind of like just jumping from building to building and just shooting down, which makes sense really. But it's amazing. It's
Santa
so great.
Official 13, if you keep spamming that, I'm gonna block you.
What is he spamming?
Sub to me. He wants us to subscribe.
Oh, let him be. If he wants to keep doing that, if he wants to spam the chat and nobody goes to his chat, then that's fine. I don't give a shit. But basically, and I get it. Every so often you'll get someone who does that, but is that really such a bad thing?
No.
Yeah, so I don't see a big deal about, unless he's annoying, pissed off with him for advertising, then we should do something. But for the most part, I think he's fine. Let him be. Again, it's like watching someone during like a live television. It's like
Are you
someone.
drunk today?
No, I'm not. I'm just high on painkillers. I kid. No, it's like someone who's what's the word? It's like someone having like a live TV performance or whatever, and there's just one guy in the background, a sign that says "Watch X show on this system."
Yeah, like one of those
No,
live television events.
exactly. Odds are no one's gonna what's the word? No one's gonna really pay attention to that, but let him be. Oh, sorry, I didn't even notice someone wrote something here. Matt Oakley. Oakley?
That's
That
Actio.
is Aclio. Okay. The thing that cracks me up. Yeah.
There you go. That's his name. That's
Agthio.
how I know him.
Okay. Well, he brings up an interesting point. It says the thing that cracks me is Star Wars EU goes into the most absurd details, like name and backstory of all the Mos Eisley Cantina band members, and is still no official name for Yoda speak. Yeah, that is weird. That is honestly weird. It's funny when you think about it. It's like Star Wars always gives you like the most absurd amount of detail for the things that really don't matter, right? And yet the things that you want to know or the things that should matter, they don't really give you much information. It's like they'll give you 150 reasons why this character is important in the Star Wars mythos, and yet finding out the galactic age of someone is thrown to the wayside, or like what kind of measurement of time they use in Star Wars. Things like that. But it's still funny. And that was until Disney decided, you know what, the EU's not canon, and then immediately bitch and moan about, oh, we don't have a source material to go back to. Ugh. This is why people respect Grandmaster Dave Filoni. Like, have you ever heard of that?
No.
Dave Filoni is he's the guy who created the Clone Wars CGI series.
Oh,
And
nice.
he's a huge fan of Star Wars. Like, he adores the material. So when the whole EU's not canon thing happened, um, he's tried his best to reincorporate a lot of what was declared not canon back into the canon, while also trying to create new stuff so it's not all rehashed and repetitive. Hence why people call him Grandmaster Dave Filoni. He's also famous for having a huge crush on the Wolfpack and Plo Koon.
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack is a subset of clone troopers, run and operated
Oh.
by.
Oh.
Yeah, they're famous for having the black and white color scheme and actual wolf as their like unit
I recognize
designation.
that helmet. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, he's kind of brought a lot of interesting things back in the limelight. Again, the biggest one being like making Wolfpack the most like um, I'm not going to say like elite of elite groups, but more like, oh, what's the word? Um, combat competent, you know? Like they get shit done kind of group.
Hmm.
But yeah. In fact, another crazy thing is that he's retroactively made Captain Rex part of the movie.
Yay!
Right here. I'm just gonna show that right there. Yep.
It's good to see him again.
Well, it's interesting because originally in the canon, the EU, um, this old man, that the old man on it, was like a different character. Like he was some, I think he was a veteran from the Clone Wars, something like that, right?
Hmm.
And then people, he brought Captain Rex back into the Rebels TV show. One of the good things to come out of that mess of a fan fiction writing
That was
crap.
the only episode I ever watched other than the testing facility.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
I loved it.
Like I loved every second about it. And the thing I adored is that Dave gave him a beard, made him bald, and people were like, "Oh my god, is he
Oh my
not?
god,
He's
he's
not.
what?
Is he the guy from Endor? Is he the veteran old man?" And then Dave's
Mm.
kind of like, "No, we can't really say that." And then they gave him the go ahead, and he said, "Yeah, he's him. He goes under a different name because he's an agent now." It was amazing.
Yay.
Honestly, that whole Clone Trooper episode was. I loved it. I loved every second about it. In fact, I actually felt a little bad for Gregor. Gregor, though, he's lost his mind.
Yeah. He was
But in
he
a
was very funny.
well, that's the thing. He's a commando, so naturally they're always being thrown into the worst situation. So to come back and be slightly deranged is saying something.
E-
Yeah, and of course you had Wolf. I honestly feel a little bit bad for the guy. Like you can tell he suffered a lot from the course. Yeah, but still. But yeah, I think we've. How long have we been rambling for?
Almost an hour.
Hold on, I'm just gonna read what Matt says. Sorry, I'm not. I don't pay attention to the chat very often, so
Yeah, and
forgive me.
with YouTube's new setup, we can't actually see the YouTube chat popping up in Restream anymore, which sucks.
Yeah, so we have to open on another. Yeah, so let's see.
Mandalorian's not on Netflix, is it?
No.
Damn.
So far we only seen Yoda, Yaddle, and Estes. Yeah, these are the only races we've seen, including the little guy. And let's see. I don't have Disney Plus, so I'm experiencing it. Yeah, I experience it through another source, i.e., pirating, because fuck Disney Plus.
Evil.
Yes, I haven't had the chance to really watch the whole series. I've just been catching bits between my breaks. But what I've
Mm.
seen, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So, the only good things we can say that's come out of Disney live action wise, um, Rogue One and The Mandalorian.
And they're both not necessarily Star Wars, they're the offshoots.
Exactly. They're the spin-offs within the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's saying something. It's like, what do you mean the people aren't enjoying our mainstream shit? We filled it with political crap. Why aren't they liking it? Because nobody cares. Like I said, they've made the galaxy far away closer to home, and not in
Yeah.
a good way. You know,
Like
actually, funnily
we
enough,
don't feel like
mhm,
we're in another universe. We don't feel like we're separated from reality. We're just brought
exactly,
back.
like exactly. Hell, people are like, "Oh, is Guardians of the Galaxy part of the Star Wars universe?" And I'm hoping to God they don't do something. I really am. In fact, here's the funny thing as well. I was given an Galaxy's Edge, right? And I chose not to. I gave the ticket to my mother. She goes there, comes back and says, "It wasn't as great as I was hoping."
I remember
Like she
during
had,
the 4th of July stream, we went for hours talking about that.
yeah, it was just like I said. She goes there. She's disappointed. I'm like, you know. Now, apparently, the only thing she said like had lines from what's the word? Lines from like the entrance to the inn or whatever was the bar. And that's saying something. And the drinks were overpriced too, to be. No, then actually, I'm gonna give the bar this. The drinks are cool. They're interesting. They're like weird bubbly sort of things going on.
Yeah.
They also
There's
had. Go ahead.
I think it's in New York. There's a very interesting bar in New York that themes all their drinks off of nerdy shit.
Oh,
And
cool.
you will get, like, if you order something from, say, Legend of Zelda, they will bring you this cocktail that has dissolving rupees in it.
Oh,
And
nice.
if you order, like, a different drink, like something from Marvel or something, there's an LED light at the bottom of the glass that makes the shit glow.
That's cool.
And I know for a
That's
fact,
actually cool.
I think they might have something for Star Wars where it's one of those drinks like you see in sci-fi where it's constantly releasing steam, just constantly like a fog machine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to hear something funny?
What?
Galaxy's Edge has stopped. They've stopped using sci-fi silverware because people were stealing the sci-fi, which is basically a spork, by the way. I'm not even joking. They were stealing it and reselling it on Amazon for. Let me see. I have one of these uh things open for $81. Yeah, let that sink in. A spork that you could probably make at home
But it's a
for
spork from
$81.
Star Wars.
You're better off with the coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Like steal the coaster and resell that. No, $81 for this. For a spork you could probably make at home and spray paint.
I have actually seen that in real life. That's just there. There's somewhat of an invention, quote unquote,
Mm-hmm.
somebody made where it's a spoon, a fork, and a knife all combined, and it looks exactly like that. All Disney did was take those and spray paint them.
Oh, this thing? Hold on. Because I just looked up Disney Star Wars spork and this came up. Hold on, give it a second.
Oh, that sounds so cool. If only I drank. Yeah, that's it.
A Wildo spork.
Yeah,
That's a
just without
horrible
the
name.
serration.
Yeah, that's still fucking stupid. I mean, I'll give it this. I love the soda grenade thing. I still
I love
have
those
it
too.
because it's a guilty pleasure. Like this is what I like. Yes, it's
This is
fine.
adorable. I know
Yes,
that it's not the first time Coca-Cola has done like an orb for a drink. They've done Christmas ornaments.
I know, but this is a grenade. I can kill people
You
with
can
that.
drink a bomb.
Exactly. Hold on. I have an Oh wow, that actually sounds pretty good. An Assassin's Creed cock. What do you mean? I'm seeing my answer. You drink it, you think you're another person. What we don't know is that it's secretly laced with like all types of
I
LSD drugs
still
out
have the
there.
picture that he sent me of somebody holding like a mug of beer, I guess, with a little rubber ducky
Mhm.
floating on the top.
That's funny.
I don't drink at all, but I would order that drink, grab the rubber ducky and pour it out. Just give me the duck. That's all I want.
You're just eventually you'll create the army of ducklings and that
Yeah.
whole giving them culture and everything.
So 2 updates for my rubber ducks.
Hmm.
3 technically. Um we have a little chihuahua that lives with us during the weekdays. He
Oh,
destroyed my first ever rubber duck that I ever got. And it's one of those. It's technically not a rubber duck. It's like a little ducky that if you put in warm water, it grows.
okay.
Nottingham Beer Festival. Oh, okay. I have it right in front of me. Its face is gone. It's like its head is gone, and its legs are
Oh,
gone. But I refuse to get rid of it.
oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Turns out
This is
he's
why
done this to his own owner. He's destroyed one of her prized swans that she hangs on a Christmas tree.
this is why I keep saying Chihuahuas are not dogs. They're rats that have evolved
Yeah.
to be like dogs.
Pick of me holding the beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second update. I have a little rubber ducky in front of me that is coming out of a pumpkin.
Okay.
The guy I clean house for, he makes me very uncomfortable. For multiple reasons. One of them I'm not going to go into. The other one, he's on his third flat screen TV because his kids keep breaking them. So there was this little rubber duck coming out of a pumpkin, just lying on the floor underneath their laundry table. So I just took it. Just fuck it. They're not going to take good care of this.
Okay.
Third update, and this is the one that I'm kind of questioning how to feel because I don't really know. The house guest during the weekend went to Las Vegas, and she left her dogs here, so I have not slept properly because they have to sleep in my room and then bark at 1 a.m. She came back and she gave me a thing of soap from Las Vegas. It's like a really fancy box. It looks like a cupcake, but stuck to the top of the bar soap, the cupcake soap, is a little rubber ducky with swimming goggles. And I don't know how to feel about that because it's her dog that destroyed one of my ducks, and yet here she is giving me a duck. I still love it. Like I put it in the bathroom. I'm gonna be using that sometime soon.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah.
But those are the
Sorry.
updates because every time.
When you go ahead.
Whenever Agtheo and crew play Pathfinder, right when they're about to shut down, I've noticed this every single time. Don't think I haven't. Goddamn, I'm bored. He'll just randomly scream, "Oh, by the way, rubber ducks," and then he'll shut down. The long-running joke is that whenever I'm not able to be there to watch Pathco, because I love watching Pathco, it helps me like come up with ideas and also question my life.
Okay.
I would always suggest, like, what if this enemy was made out of rubber ducks? Just rubber ducks always show up. But whenever I'm not there, I always ask, like, can you please have a reference to this? Because I've been watching you guys since you started.
Oh, that's.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
All right. Also, I should probably stop laughing because, good God, my.
Oh, are you in the same boat as me?
How so?
We're both hurting.
Oh no, it's a lung infection. That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm dying slowly. Eventually, I'm just gonna be nothing but a brain somewhere. But
here's
until
the
then,
thing: when it does happen, are you gonna go out in a blaze of glory?
Yes, I am.
I'll get the fireworks. Oh wait, no, bad idea. I remembered. I remembered.
Yes, but
so yeah. We should probably get to the topics.
Yeah. I was about to bring it up. So let's get into today's topic. It has been a bit of a slow week once again, outside of drama and shit like that. Yeah. So yes. So we've got the following right here. We've got Predator Hunting Ground. New trailer drops. Predator class is shown off with a small surprise. Resident Evil 3 trailer drops. Kills off and Nemesis looks fucking odd. I added the fucking part. Black Mesa becomes completely last. Zen looks amazing alive. And actually, someone has just now uploaded NPCs of Zen to the workshop. So we're going to be using those to show off the new critters.
Yay!
Let's see, where was I? And DevStream 134. Please note, I didn't add any photos because there was nothing to really talk about. And since it's probably going to take the quote-unquote longest, I figured we should save it for last. So let's talk about Predator Hunting Grounds.
Yeah.
What have you heard about this?
Nothing.
Okay. Predator Hunting Grounds is basically evolved but with predators.
Oh gods.
Yeah. So it's basically, from what I can tell, 4 people playing as soldiers in a jungle temple versus a single predator. And it is this big game of hunter be hunted, basically. That's about it. So what do you think? Nah, I kid. So a little bit ago, or a few nights ago, actually, a new trailer dropped showing off the Predator classes you can pick from, which are a total of 4. The regular Predator, Berserker, a Scout, and I believe another is a ranged fighter. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be completely honest.
Couldn't you pick those classes for the old AVP game?
I don't know. I know that like they have different attributes though. Like the technology and weapons are more uh what's the word? It's more specific to each predator, basically. I mean, the backgrounds are interesting. They're kind of cool, and it seems like you can also have options to pick for the humans you play as. Like you're not completely defenseless. But good luck trying to beat a predator, though.
Mm.
So let's see. I'm trying to find the classes or like what was shown off. Uh, because again, there's like 4 of them, and the customization is very interesting. Like the helmet color, the helmets will change slightly. You can color them how you want, I suppose. But here's the big thing, right? So I'm just going to show you that. So, oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. There we go. Sorry, Discord froze up on me. Weapons are all very different. Like you'll get different kinds of plasma casters, wrist blades. Some of them will be the single blade. Some of them will be the dual blades. The Predator 2 spear. That's going to be another one. And a bow this time around.
Hmm.
An actual predator hunting bow used by this predator.
So you know I'm gonna fucking use that all the time. Okay. Telemarketers, stop calling me.
Notice anything different about the third one?
Female.
Yes. This is the
I can tell by the
official.
boobs.
I can tell by boob. Yes.
We both
Well,
know.
that's.
Like
Mhm.
that is mine. That is 100% me. Cause I'm
I
like that
thought you
in
were gonna.
Warframe.
I was about to say. I was about to joke and say, "What you mean, Predator's pet?" Eh? Call back to
Gods, I
old
have not
people.
heard from her in so long.
Neither have I. Well, to be
She's
fair,
not
I wasn't
really
a
like
friend.
she's not really doing Yacha anymore. Yacha.
Yeah, I know she. I
Forever.
actually haven't. I haven't actually looked into what she's doing at all. I just remember, hey, this character reminds me of one of her weird sex fiends. Let's be honest, that woman had things going.
Yeah. she had a thing for Slender Man.
Yes. The Predator faces also look kind of interesting. Like it's not crap. At the same time, it's distinct enough.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is the plasma caster a bit small? Like comically small? No, no, just me.
Uh
Oh, I see. I'm the wrong one here. Okay, I see how it is. Thank you. But that's what the game is basically offering. It's just you and friends versus big intimidating monster. I haven't been able to tell what kind of like game mode it is. Like I don't know if it's straight up just stalking your friends in the jungle and then
mm,
like killing each other.
we've seen what happens to a group of FBI agents with guns.
Yes, totally owned, but still.
And then like we have an entire group of very well trained soldiers. We saw what happened with them.
Also owned. So what hope is it? A bunch of online losers versus this thing? I kid.
A predator kills you. Suddenly, like a 12-year-old voice come out and go like, "Fuck your mom," or something,
Exactly.
and then close and disappears. Oh my gosh.
Uh, but that's the thing I actually kind of like. Concept. You and friends in a jungle being hunted, and you can turn the ties on the predator too. It seems like it will be just one predator that you have to contend with. Also,
Oh.
you don't need to show this, but I don't like this biomask. I don't like the color.
You
Like,
like the
is it just
design, but not
weird?
the color.
Yeah, it's like okay, and this is a predator with a skull face on his mask. No, I don't know. There's something that doesn't sit well when you give a predator like have it paint its biomass like a skull. You know, it doesn't. It's a bit on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that ag.
Let me hold on. I'll read.
Where, like,
If
a child was adopted by predators.
okay, let's see. I'll just read out what he says, so everyone, for those of you who aren't looking at the chat like we are. It's interesting you were talking about Mando foundlings earlier. I I don't know what that means. Some AVP novels from the late '90s had similar concepts with a human baby being adopted by predators and her then being no. It wasn't a baby. It was a comic book. I think it was called Hunting or something like that, where it was a similar premise where it was basically a group of predators come to a single planet. Wayland Nutani has a colony. They're setting up for a hunt. They have a queen that's laying eggs, just like in the movie, but basically every time she lays a royal face hugger, the queen face hugger, they kill it because they just want a single hive. But she manages to slightly escape and lets one of the queen face huggers survive. Everything goes to shit. The predator's leader, or their clan leader, winds up getting captured but isn't killed. The humans help him escape. He has to kill his own clan because they've gone primal, basically. Then marks the last survivor as one of theirs. A few years later, the same clan comes back. She comes to them with the marking, and they adopt her into the clan. There's an entire comic line dedicated to her and how she's like the bridge between both human and predator. I still love that story or that storyline so much because it doesn't make the predators look like and it doesn't make the humans out to be completely competent. You know,
Yeah.
equal footing. Hell, there was even part of that comic line also had like predators fighting like a war mongering subspecies of predator, and you had like human soldiers fighting against predators in like an equal footing. It was really, I loved it. Why couldn't we get that instead of what we got?
Dinosaur.
Mm. Novel was then in the Jurassic Park planet, I think, but there was also doing weird stuff. Yeah. Xenomorphs are weird.
Yep.
You can get away with just about anything, really.
In one of the Dark Horse comics, they had an
Mm-hmm.
android that didn't look human. It was a xenomorph, but still stood upright, talked, and held a gun.
Yeah, I remember that. We
I
don't
like
talk
that
about.
one.
It's like yeah, we don't talk about that. Oh, this is some meta shit. Hold on. I need to show you this.
Oh boy.
Sometimes I love people things
I
like
think I
costumes
might
and
know
everything.
why that biomask might be an issue. What the fuck?
I know. I love this. I don't know why, but it speaks to me.
Yeah, but I think I might know
Mhm.
why that biomask is an issue for you.
Go on.
It's I never remember which franchise it is. They're both pretty much the same. One of the main protagonists in I guess like the story mode of either Modern Warfare or Call of Duty wears a mask that looks like a skull.
Oh, ghosts. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, I see it. I see it now. I can't unsee it. Fuck.
I
I hate that. I hate that
like that in
now.
the background it says brace yourself.
Yes. It's kind of funny. But like I said, I like this concept. I'm just hoping it's not like a, you know, where it has a strong life at the beginning and then dies. I hope there's more to the game than just the same game mode over and over. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm hoping there's like some options for solo play, like play as a predator just hunting NPCs, or play as a random soldier versus a computer controlled predator. You know, like the 2010 game. Those were okay. It was fun, you know, for what it was. Like the shield used to like, yeah, yeah, basically. But like I said, it's interesting. I like the characters. The predators look good, you know. Like we see the netting, the metal armor is decent. Their body types are significantly different. I like it. Actually, you brought up Call of Duty and Predator. I would like to remind you that they did have a Predator in
Oh gods.
it. He looks okay, you know. It's not the greatest thing in the universe, but it's all. It was still,
Oh,
yeah. It was still very what the fuck. Why is this here?
his mask. Oh my
Looks.
god, this is horrible.
I'm surprised the mask is the only issue you have.
No, I'm seeing every issue, but the mask is the only thing we're gonna highlight.
I don't know. I don't
I don't
mind it.
like the netting. I really don't like the netting.
Oh, the netting is not. Uh, it's a texture.
I know, that's why I don't like it. It's not even clothes. It's just painted on textures. Like somebody just took some crayons and ran over his body. His fingers are noodles. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on with
Mm.
his hands? Why is his thumb, like, the underside of his thumb pale, but the rest of his hand isn't?
I think he's wearing a glove. Yeah, he's wearing gloves.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, predators do wear gloves, but yeah, they make it look all right. This is just the fuck, man.
Does he have chest hair?
Yes, yes, it does.
What the fuck?
Well, we've seen it before. All right,
No?
it's been yes in the comic.
I've never read the comics.
Well, it's always been a thing. Predators have this weird kind. It's not hair, like what's it called? Oh god, it's the same thing that their dreadlock,
Uh,
fleshy material. But predators have always had this kind of uh, hair whisker thing going on, like with their faces, parts.
oh
So
yeah,
that's why
good
I'm
point.
kind of
Good point.
yeah.
But
So that's why I'm
still,
kind of
I
like
don't like
not
it.
bothered that much. Well, this is why I never caught on. People are like, what? And then Treyarch's like, quick, add in a slasher villain, and then they added Michael Myers for some reason. Yeah, let that sink in. They added Michael Myers, not Jason, not anyone who would be fun. The B budget serial killer that no one really talks about. That's actually kind of sad when you think about it. You're the bargain bin killer.
The mask
Mm-hmm.
looks like a cosplayer used the right foam or used the right 3D printed material, but they haven't put it through painting yet.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the original same thing. Like the mask was a lighter color,
Mm-hmm.
but you know that they changed it over time.
Yeah, they did.
Eh, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring back the original one, but it's like no. I mean, they also had a Predator in Call of Duty. Sorry, not Call of Duty. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon's Wildland. That made sense actually. You're out in the wild a lot of times. The area it made sense you would be hunted by an alien big game hunter.
Yep.
I like that. That one was fun. It was actually scary because the Predator was AI controlled and it acted almost identically as the Predator should. And that's what made the whole thing kind of tense. You're like, shit, where is it? Where is it? Oh God, where is it? It was fun. Oh, I should also mention, Hunting Grounds also gives you wide arsenal weapons, including the smart disc, not the shuriken.
Ooh.
What? I like this one. It's like a killer frisbee.
Yeah, I like it too. It was my favorite part in Predator 2.
I like that Predator skin color in the background. The
That is
bright,
a thick lady.
the bright, vibrant colors really makes the Predator pop out a bit. That's actually something I always like. Whenever they make Predators have range in skin tones,
Yeah.
play up the reptilian aspect of their DNA.
Yeah.
Not the same bland color scheme or the god awful super Predator. Not the Berserker ones, mind you. I'm talking about the 2018 Predator. I fucking hate that thing so much.
Ugh.
Like, you know what annoys me about it? Flat
What?
out. It's like a microcosm of all the issues Hollywood has, which is make something bigger, better, and more terrifying, and completely destroys what makes the Predator menacing.
When Five Nights at Freddy's 4 came out,
Mm-hmm.
Markiplier actually made a very good point. The more the more fangs and decrepit and sharp and exaggerated, scary something looks, the less scary it is.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, was he proven wrong.
No, with the Predator, it's exactly that case. It's just
Yeah.
what annoys me about the Super Predator is just how obnoxious. It's not even the height that bothers me. What bothers me about it is its design, its overall aesthetic. This thing looks more like a subspecies of predator, like something you experiment and create in a vat lab.
Mm-hmm.
Like and basically what Wayland you taught predators. That's what it feels like to me.
It
But it's
definitely sounds like something they would make.
yeah, like here we've created the most powerful predator ever created, and it's like this. It's menacing. It's powerful. That kind of thing. That's what it makes me think, and I'm okay with that aspect. But the fact that this is supposedly a bioengineered by their own people predator makes me just hate it even more. Like that's the thing about predators. They're not like their whole point is that they're space hunters. They have such advanced technology they could win any war. There's no need to go the biomechanical. That's basically what makes a predator dangerous. Their whole thing is that they use technology.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's what made me enjoy it. Happy. Or sorry, that's what makes me enjoy Predator so much. And then you got this fucking abomination. I'm just saying. Where's the minigun? Can we start ripping it to shreds yet? Now, you know what else annoys me about it too?
What?
Giving it nanotechnology.
Oh God.
Like I'm actually trying to find what this predator's called because they don't give it a fucking. They put more emphasis on the fucking predator killer suit. Like you've seen that, right? The killer suit at all?
No.
Oh my. Okay, I'm just going to show you this real quick. What do you think that is? Like, what's wearing the suit?
Oh my God, it's Shredder.
You're not wrong. It's a suit apparently designed for humans to wear. So we get
Uh,
a chance against predators. Why would you give us fake dreadlocks? That doesn't. Why? Why these overly complicated guns?
I mean, this has been like the biggest problem with certain video games. Why do we give armor boobs?
Exactly. But oh wait, here's a better look
Or
at the
better
suit
yet,
itself.
when it came to Batman, why do we give the armor nipples?
The bat nipples.
That was the weirdest part.
I heard a rumor, like, there you go. That's like a fucking.
You might need to leave the call and come back.
Sure.
Hello, Prisma Rules. Okay.
Okay, hopefully I'm better. But look at that fucking thing. Look at that.
I mean, in the long run, it's a pretty cool thing, but at the same
It's
time,
nanotech.
yeah.
It you put on the biomask and then it unfolds around your body. That no. The point of the armor is that it's armor. You put it on. It doesn't graft into your skin like, oh, look at this Iron Man bullshit.
I mean, to be fair, Lost in Space in like the 1990s did that, and it was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but it made sense
Mm-hmm.
for the movie. This is just no, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's Super Predator. What annoys me about him, like I said, is the nanotech. The fact that basically he doesn't need to wear armor because the armor is part of his skin, hence why he changes color. It's because the black and red is the nano suit turning on. It's like, fuck off. If that's the case, then why does he need what's the word? Gauntlets still? Why does he still need the gauntlets then if it's all part of his body? Oh, because it's a stupid idea? Well, you don't say.
YouTube
It's
keeps
just
saying there's an audio bitrate problem, saying I should bump it up to 128, and yet whenever I look at my bitrate, it's above 128.
it could be me. It could be me. It's like it's detecting my shit-tastic audio. I hate this thing, and I couldn't wait for it to die soon enough.
Yeah.
Like I was just like its whole thing is like even its death is over the top and complicated. Like the whole thing is that its spaceship crash lands and then it has this energy barrier which is like hard light, and then in order to beat it, the main protagonist's bitch or whore, whatever, his new squeeze basically turns on the energy force field and it cuts off its arm, and then the protagonist grabs the severed arm with this weird predator spike bomb thing, and then he shoots it at the predator's thigh and it explodes, but he's still alive, and then he just shoots. It's like, could you be any more over the top?
Uh,
But by the way, this whole idea of like the predators hunt us because they take our DNA to improve themselves is so fucking stupid.
that's not what they do.
That's the point. Like they, by the way, the director of the movie, right, it is
Yeah.
Shane Black, one of the actors who was in the Predator movie, the nerd, the original one.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? He was good for the role and everything, but he clearly didn't understand what a Predator movie is about. And it also kind of shows that he was annoyed at the fact that his character got killed so quickly. So he's taking revenge with the Predator basically. Like here's basically what it is. Like this movie sets up. Predators hunt certain creatures, right, in the world or in the galaxy. They then rip off the head and spine and then extract spinal fluids from the thing they've hunted and then splice it with their DNA so they're a better hunter. Does that make any fucking sense to you? At all? Am I still there? Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
we heard you.
Okay, I'm just. Are you stunned into silence, basically?
I. Uh,
Yeah, just let that sink in. I want to also mention how stupid that is. It's like, okay, I've killed this creature, right? So let me now take its DNA and splice it into myself. Even
that is
though
a
I've killed it
terrible
without needing
idea.
its even though I've killed it without needing its DNA. Somehow this will make me stronger. What? That that doesn't make sense. That's like saying, I've killed this chicken. Now I shall splice chicken DNA into my body and become stronger. It it doesn't make sense. It flat out doesn't. It's I just ah it makes my brain hurt. It does. I'm just trying to comprehend how incredibly stupid this is. Like I said, I'm hoping Hunting Ground doesn't do that. I'm hoping it's just back to the Predator basics. Hunting people for the sake of hunting. Please let that be the case.
It probably will be.
If it does and it inspires a new movie to come out that's more like that, I'll be happy.
Fuck yeah.
So, speaking of things that don't make sense, let's talk about our next topic. Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Oh, goody.
So the trailer dropped a few days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks terrible.
Oh, God.
Like, first off, Jill looks fugly as shit. You know who she reminds me of?
Oh.
Like, flat out, Mila Jovovich, the actress for the Resident Evil movies, the live action ones.
Oh, God.
She looks like her, like the nose and the giant fucking forehead. That's one. Two, Carlos looks like a meth head. His hair is like a gigantic pseudo fro. And then there's Nemesis. Uh, how do you ruin Nemesis?
Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, by adding a nose.
They what?
Take a look.
What the hell?
Uh, plastic surgery gone wrong? What? What is this? What
I
am I
like how his
looking
teeth are
at?
freakishly tall.
His teeth don't make sense. His head looks fugly. And not in a good way. And what is he wearing, by the way? Like, is this supposed to be his signature black leather suit? Because it doesn't look like it. It looks like someone tried to wrap him up in a in a
Beefcake.
hazmat. Exactly. And they said, you know what? Fuck it. This is his suit now. Nemesis look is specific. You know, it's iconic. You can't ruin that. Somehow you ruined that. How do you do that?
Stars.
Really? Really? You had to do that?
I didn't know if it was gonna work. I didn't know
I
if it was
heard
gonna
that.
work.
Oh no, you ruined it too because it's not a mechanical stars. It's like a deep, raspy voice.
I know. Again, voice mod. It has. There's a voice on here that says dark, but I don't know what it sounds like.
Just push the button. You know you want to.
What?
No, I said just push it. Just do it. You know you want to.
No, not really.
All right, all right. Like the trailer feels off. Everything in it doesn't feel right. Like, how do I put it? Okay, first and foremost, like the setting is still Resident Evil. It's still Raccoon City. That's fine. I don't mind it. but everything else feels incredibly off. The setting doesn't feel right. The lighting is off in some places. The main protagonist doesn't look like Jill Valentine. Looks like some rando that took Jill's jumper and said, "You know what? This is mine now." Carlos is the only one who I don't mind, and that's only because he looks so fucking weird. I'm okay with it.
The original Carlos was pretty weird.
Well, Carlos was generic suave Spaniard. This is just I don't cut my hair very often, Carlos.
Oh my gosh, it really does look like the regular actress.
Exactly, and I don't like. It's like. No, and to make matters worse, they're also like doing some stupid thing. Like, okay, in Resident Evil 3, Jill gets infected by the T virus because Nemesis uses the tentacle and infects her with it, right? So so this now justifies giving Jill mental delusions and zombification mental delusions. What? What? Who's approving of the script? Who's sitting there and saying, yes, mental issues for Jill? Oh no, there's already.
This isn't
Yeah.
Silent Hill PT or anything like that.
Yes. And there's already a collector's edition for pre-order, which comes with a Stars item box packaging, and an art book, and the game, and a map of Raccoon City, which I actually like. I want that map of Raccoon City.
Because we finally get to see the goddamn layout.
Oh, it's not just that. It's also like, it has writing on it. It's like subway officers and this area not expired yet. Like, I like that. There's writing, and it's like Jill trying to figure out her way around. But I want that box. It's the only thing the Resident Evil that stands out to me.
Yeah.
But this comes back to a greater issue I've said with the remake, the first remake since day one, and that is these remakes change things in ways that doesn't make sense and kind of goes against what the original concept was, or some of the original aspects of the game. And we're now seeing this in full effect with Nemesis. He looks weird. He looks like, again, botched surgery. And not only that, we've got other issues as well. For the longest time, the remakes have been bugging me, right? Like there's something about them that doesn't feel right. Like this feels like someone attempting to create their own thing and being told not to. I did some digging and I found out that is the case. It turns out, and this is what I've been able to glean of it, Capcom doesn't recognize the remakes as part of the Resident Evil canon. They flat out are saying that the remakes are part of their own continuity. So Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 are their own thing. And I think I know why that's the case. Because according to some of my sources that work in the gaming industry and have been able to get into contact with the remake team, they apparently wanted to remake everything from Resident Evil 2 from the ground up, like change the characters, change the story, change everything. And Capcom flat out said, no, you're doing this and you're going to make it exactly as it was in whenever these games came out originally. You're allowed to change some of the characters' aspects, like clothing or style or some superficial things, but the story stays consistent. The story stays the same. But apparently they've been just trying to sneak through things they want to make, changing how the Tyrant works, changing Brian Irons' story, changing Leon from a believable rookie cop to complete and utter amateur buffoon, making Claire more combat orientated than she is, that kind of shit. And frankly, it seems that Capcom's just kind of throwing up their hands and saying, we're not endorsing this. We endorse that they're remakes, but we're not endorsing them as part of the Resident Evil timeline. And I think basically they're trying to say that the Wii games are the true remakes. And I'm willing to believe that. Because the Wii games actually treat the source material with some respect. it's a retelling, but it's in a good sort of retelling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, naturally, you can't tell everything, all these games in one sitting. Naturally, some things get cut and changed, but they're enjoyable and they respect the source material enough that that a lot of people can overlook these issues. With the remakes, that's not the case. It's more like we wanted to do our own thing. We were told we couldn't, so we're trying to get away with what as little as we can with our own retelling, without Capcom basically telling us to basically giving us the boot. And that's what it feels like. And again, Nemesis is a clear example of that. I think now that they've basically been cut off from Capcom, they're saying, you know what? Let's do whatever the fuck we want now. Let's turn Nemesis into Michael Jackson. Yeah, I went there. I fucking went there. You know what's also like the most disgusting thing to say? The spin-off game, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City,
Mm-hmm.
respected the source material more than these remakes.
Oof.
Like, have you like? Here's the. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Operation Raccoon City, right? Um, they recreated like a lot of things. Like the point of it is that it's supposed to be a story within Resident Evil, like a side story we didn't know about until now. And so to keep it in, to honor that, they add in some things or some minor details that don't clash with the overall story of Resident Evil 2 and 3. A perfect example of that is Nemesis. They bring Nemesis into the game as a boss fight, and they take cues from the movie, basically the live action movie. Like they give him a minigun and everything, but they get rid of the minigun in the same scene as when you fight the guy. And the other thing is that he looks like he actually looks good upscaled in HD and everything. Like I see this, and this to me is what Nemesis looks like. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like he looks like Nemesis. He looks like a monster. And in the same scene, the basic justification of fighting Nemesis is that the Nemesis parasite, the thing that controls Nemesis, has gone haywire. So, okay. So the job you have to do is beat up Nemesis enough to weaken him, and then inject him with another parasite, so it corrects the error. This happens. Nemesis is back under control, and they give him his launcher shortly thereafter.
Huh.
And then later in like the mercenaries mode, or sorry, the mercenary side story, you actually fight him with the rocket launcher. They actually respect the source material and they give him his iconic rocket launcher and everything. Granted, the context of why you fight him is slightly different. The idea is this. Takes place exactly after Nemesis infects Jill with the T virus. Carlos fought off the mutated monster, and it's unconscious. And Carlos is trying to get Jill to safety, just like in the game, but Nemesis is back, standing up again. So you have to fight Nemesis and draw him away while Jill and Carlos get to safety. Yeah, it changes the story slightly, but in a way that it doesn't disrespect or undermines Carlos's achievements. You know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Car.
Beep beep.
Even the car agrees that this is bullshit. Thank you. But that's the thing. The remake is not respecting the source. Like I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's superficial things," and "Oh, you're just being a fanboy," and that the typical gaslighting thing, right? But here's the thing: the remake has changed the stories. They've tried to diminish what makes Leon a competent character, what makes Claire such an impressive survivor, how Ada is. They even ruin Annette Birkins. And that's another thing. I would talk to Obed about this. She's not a completely heartless person. She is invested in her work. She values that above all else, but she loves her husband. She loves her daughter. It's just a secondary thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Umbrella Chronicles also establishes. she flat out says, when she's dying and Sherry's there in her last moments, she flat out says, I admit I've not always been the greatest mother in the world, but I've always loved you. And that's kind of, and that redeems the character. It also kind of makes her and William tragic figures. They were just so absorbed with their work, they neglected their only daughter. In the remake, however, they turn Annette into this like completely horrible, I care only about my business person. And it's just nasty, It ruins the character. It even ruins William. It ruins all of this, and that's why I've kind of rejected the remake. It's been something that's been in the back of my mind. I've been always kind of like, okay, people enjoy the remake. Which, there's some things that are slight changes, but surely there's more to it. But then I look into it more and more and more, and I realize, oh shit, it really is ruining the source material. That's why I'm partially happy that Capcom's flat out said, "Oh, they're their own continuity, so don't have them connected to Resident Evil proper." And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't like it when companies do that, but in this case, I'm fine with it. I'll take the Dark Side and Umbrella Chronicles as the true remakes any day of the year, and that's saying something. Yeah, it really is saying something.
Yeah.
You know that this remake's going to be more of the same. It's just going to completely change Jill's character into something she isn't, turn Carlos into someone he's not, make Nikolai some sort of redeemable character, and again, they've already ruined Nemesis. The only thing I think they're going to do justice by Nemesis is his stalker-like ability, appearing wherever you don't expect him. But that's only going to be because of the Tyrant. And it sucks, This game the characters and everything look good, but at the same time, I'm just angry. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
And that's worse than being mad. Oh god, I just realized something else. They're not going to give us a Nemesis boss fight proper. We're going to kill Nemesis like 3 times, and he's never going to change, mutate beyond, oh, now I have more tentacles. We're not going to fight the gigantic fuck-up monster. I just realized that. And the reason why I say that, we didn't get to fight a super tyrant. Instead, we got blown up, look at my exposed muscle arm tyrant boss fight. That is a horrifying realization. Fuck me. But yeah, I guess that's our impressions. We don't have high hopes for the remake, just like 2. So sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Moving on to happier pastures. Black Mesa.
Yeah.
It's finally complete.
After how long?
I'm actually going to look up when Black Mesa came out. Let's see. It came out in 2012.
Oh my good lord.
Yes, and it's only now complete. Oh, it's raining. Sorry, I heard a noise. It's like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's just Zeus. Pissed off with me again. Jesus Christ. It's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. All this time and only now.
It's done. But to be fair, I think all that time being worked on really paid off. Because good lord, does everything look amazing. Zen actually feels alive. It's not just some platforming.
Yeah.
It's actual ecosystems and ecologies.
And creatures we never actually got to see.
Yeah. In fact, there's, crazily enough, for some weird reason, the hound eyes are thriving in this environment.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they're like near the bottom of the food chain. Again,
Yeah. I love
Zen
that.
has weird natural selection. So the two new hound eyes here. Let me see if they have names actually. Oh, here we go. Exploding hound eye and knockback hound eye. So the first one here is
Creative.
yes. First here is the exploding hound eye. It's actually very small. Well,
I've seen it.
smallish.
I love them so much.
It's
Except for
tiny.
maybe like that.
Well, it's red and tiny.
That's very detailed. Ugh.
Yes. And then there's the knockback hound eye. I find it very weird. Like the armor plating is unexpected.
I love it.
It's like a little rhino,
I know.
and it's big.
I know.
Well, here's the thing. So to give a bit of context, the exploding hound eye, I looked in. It's an adaptation to fight barnacles.
Hmm.
Basically, what will happen is if a pack of hound eyes will migrate and move around the area, right?
Yeah.
What winds up happening is that if the pack is coming into an area that's full of barnacles, the exploding hound eyes will come out and sacrifice themselves to be attacked. The second that the barnacle bites into the hound eye, it explodes, killing the barnacle and giving the pack a safe place to stay.
Smart.
Crazy, crazy, but also you question how this gene can be passed on. I assume it's like a recessive thing, like
I think
one.
it's similar to how ants work, where
Also possibly.
like the very complex lives of ants is that they communicate through pheromones, smells. So
Hmm.
when a hound eye realizes, oh, there's barnacles, they release a pheromone, and some of them will step up to the plate to change into the explosion, like the exploding hound eyes.
That could be, but it's still crazy to think about. The second the hound eye, the second the barnacle bites down, the hound eye explodes and kills the critter, which is fine. But it's this crazy adaptation. The second, and then we have the second, oh, excuse me, the knockback hound eye. This thing is an adaptation to bull squids. Like you've seen it fighting one, right?
No.
Okay, basically it goes like this. These hound eyes have thick armor plating designed specifically to resist a bull squid's acid spit.
Hmm.
They will then charge and release such a powerful psionic sound blast, just like the regular hound eye, that it will knock out and kill the bull squid the second it hits it. It's like being hit by a car with the subwoofer turned up to max. Yeah. It's crazy to think these creatures have adapted so well to Zen.
Yeah.
And it's affected other creatures too. First off, there aren't as many barnacles, and they've actually had to adapt into an aquatic subspecies, which directly tie in with the head crabs too. They've
Hmm.
been pushed back even further on the food chain. Like they now live exclusively in subterranean networks with massive webs everywhere. And to counter, and basically they thrive in this underground. But in order for the barnacles to thrive, they now have an aquatic subspecies, which basically works like this. You know what a lily pad looks like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've seen these.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They're basically a three-pronged lily pad that the second anything steps on it, they'll slash out, wrap around, and drag it down to the barnacle underneath, and then eat it. This is a direct adaptation to, keep the species alive.
Hmm.
And then we have the massive head crab queen herself, the Garnak. Garnak?
Yeah.
Garnak? I mean,
Eh.
She's become more aggressive than before. Like, actively hunting you aggressive. She won't just sit around and, get hit. She will actively. First off, she can lob some sort of acidic spit from her face.
She has a face?
I'm trying to find it, actually.
She's trying to find the face.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know how to spell this. Ugh. It's a weird name. Why can't we come up with anything different? No, we have to call it something else.
It had to be alien.
Of course. And I'm just gonna copy paste the name. Fuck it.
After this topic, we're actually going to have to take a break because I need to let the dogs outside.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Gornak. Here we go. Gornaksh. Yeah, this thing is more aggressive first and foremost. She will just fight you no matter where you. She'll headbutt you. She'll charge at you. She'll try to stab you with the gigantic legs from hell. She'll spawn more bebes to fight you as well. I think she's. I don't see a face. I think she spits from like the top of her weird crustacean head. But it's like this
For the
burning
fact
plasma.
that she has that thing underneath her, I'm not going to put it in the stream.
Oh, it's a what's it called? Of a ovipositor. That's it.
I'm still not going to show it because that's not what it looks like.
We all know what it is. Sorry, we've all seen it, so I don't think there's a need to show it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, she does have a face. It's just very hard to see under the mantle.
Looks
Like
like
she has like
she might have a crab face where it's armor and it's hard to tell.
yeah, it's like there's slots in the front of her face for eyes and everything, but you can't tell. The point is she can see.
Mm-hmm.
But the boss fight is actually more interesting. Like you'll fight her out in the open first, right? Like anywhere else. And then she'll run away. In the classic, she runs away and you go underground and you fight her. In this version, she runs away and she'll lure you into her cave network. And then it'll be a game of cat and mouse where she'll attack you, charge you, try to kill you, and you have options to get away or wound her and keep her at bay. It's Hunter versus Hunter, and I loved it. Every second about it. In the end, you do kill her in this gigantic nest webbing, which was crazy but enjoyable. The babies are also kind of freakishly weird looking too. Like, they flat out look like face huggers, but like fleshy face huggers. Like I stay indoors too long and I don't have any natural color to me.
Okay. Thanks for calling me out there.
I wasn't calling you out. I was calling everyone out. You know who you all are. You're all to blame. It's weird looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like concrete.
Yeah, very small. But like I said, it's an interesting fight. The babies are very weak. Like you could hit them in the face and they'll stop attacking you, like all infants do. Because as we all know, babies are the weakest thing. Oh, look at that! I'm going to hell. But you got that going on. You have a few other weird things. Zen looks amazing. Like the ecology is crazy. Like there are plants that merge with crystals to create energy barriers. There are weird bioorganic settings. You know, the planet feels, or sorry, the border world feels alive, and it isn't just a bunch of floating rocks. Like there are just, it feels like there are massive continents, right, that have miniaturized ecosystems, and they're all loosely connected. Like you'll enter one place that's like a forest, and then suddenly you're in a desert, and suddenly you're somewhere else. It's a weird and alien place, and I loved every second of it. Like they have managed to create Zen and capture what it is to really be alien, and I loved it. I loved every second about it, really. Hell, they even gave a nice HD lift to to some of the other natural creatures too, like the amoebas, the hound eyes naturally, some gooey things. And my absolute favorite is the manta rays. I'm not talking about the big ones, mind you. I'm talking about the what's oh god, I there's no name for it, but it's this like little manta ray creature. I really
Is
it's
this stuff
tiny.
that flies around up above?
Yeah, those
Yeah,
things.
these.
I
Oh,
really like it.
Jessica ABD Pineapple is now following. Thank you for following.
Hey, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Lately, I have been obsessed with manta rays.
Yay.
Just putting it out there. Oh,
Manta rays
including
are cool.
Overlord. Overlord. Thanks. Thanks, OBS.
Manta rays are cool. They're like sea pancakes.
They're so derpy.
Yes. Especially when like one of them's against glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiny
But
mouth.
this looks really cool.
Yeah, I like it. It looks natural to the setting and everything. So you got that going on. We also get introduced to more of the Vortigaunt's culture, which I actually enjoyed. There is a Vortigaunt work camp. And that is what it is. But sorry, the Vortigaunt village. And it's a weird looking place, but it looks natural to their culture. That's the thing. Vortigaunts aren't primitive. They have primitive aspects, but they understand technology, they understand culture. It's fascinating. And when you go into this place, by the way, is it not just me, or does that look like something out of H.R. Geiger?
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, that's the village. Just go inside.
No. I'd rather not.
It's not like some weird fleshy abomination. It's like it's like the Mars settlements in Warframe. Same thing.
Yeah. Still don't want to go in.
You will go in there.
No.
I will drag you in if I have to.
No.
Yes. It's happening. This is our next vacation.
Nope.
So you got that going on, and you actually have Vortigaunt talking to each other, reacting to you, your presence. It's actually very interesting. Hell, and apparently it's canon that they eat head crabs.
Well, yeah, it's always been known.
Well, now it's more so. Apparently they roast them actively.
Yeah, like in
It's like
Half-Life
chicken.
2 in Half-Life 2 during the boat sequence, you can actually find a pipe, go through, avoid some like toxic water, and there's a Vortigaunt with a cough just roasting some head crabs over a fire.
I still like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd eat it, but I'll try anything once.
No, thank you.
It's like I'm sure it tastes like exactly like chicken.
Mm.
Oh, look at that, it does. So you got that going on, and what's interesting about the whole setting is that when you go in, they're not aggressive to you. They don't hate you. It's clear that they're being forced to fight you. In fact, when you go into the setting, you'll find or the village, you'll find two alien grunts abusing the shit out of two Vortigaunts. Or yeah, basically a Vortigaunt that's done nothing wrong is getting beaten the fuck out of. You can go in and just kill the two. And the Vortigaunts will kind of react like, "Holy shit, you helped us." And then later on in the levels, like when you get into the factory and everything, they'll help you get around the place.
Hmm.
It's actually very nice. The village is also, like I said, very interesting. It shows us their culture. It also made me hate the alien controllers even more. Because apparently they can mind control the Vortigons and make them fight.
Which sucks.
But here's the thing. The game is giving you a choice. Kill the Vortigons and, do as you usually do, or focus fire, take the hits, and kill the alien controller and free the others. Like, there's no repercussion, and I actually liked it. It gives you the option to save the Vortigons and kind of show why they worship the Freemen so much. The Freemen. I can't do Vortigon voice.
I can't
Like
do
a
it either,
very,
and yet I'm tired and I have the voice.
it's like a very, very raspy thing. So after that, you got the factory, which it was so weird. Like you've seen it, like the interior.
No.
Okay, imagine the factory from Star Wars Episode 2, but alive.
Mm.
The conveyor belts are like organic,
Ew.
sludgy things. There are pods everywhere that are like pseudo or actually here that just show this instead. Okay, you hold on. You see those pods down there? And give it a second.
Yeah.
Those are full of alien grunts.
Ew.
Yeah, they're not born. They're created. This whole factory is designed specifically to grow, contain, and mass produce alien grunts. There are species that how do I put it? They're an artificial species, which makes me realize what the fuck are they? Like, are they, given their Vortigaunt like appearances, do you think that they're like spliced with another species?
Maybe.
Ooh, that's scary to think about. But the whole factory's alive, and it's a massive. That's like, um, it's how do I put it?
Yes, no, I'm
It's
excited for Jellyfish Prime. In 5 days. We got 5 fucking days.
But like I said, the factory's fucking weird. Not only that, it's also fucked up. It turns out that whatever alien grunt doesn't make it or whatever, just grind up. Like you actually get thrown into a meat grinder, and there's a pile of just bodies of alien grunts just ground up into sludge.
Oh.
It's horrifying, and it makes me think, like, the fuck did they need all this biomatter for? Don't tell me they're eating each other. Ooh, that's scary to think. But yeah, eventually, after all this, you finally face off against, the Nihilanth. That was fucking weird. Like, the design of the Nihilanth is actually or Nihilanth is kind of scary. Like, it's I don't know how, but they've managed to make it even more terrifying than the low quality original version.
Not surprised.
It's also weird because you see more detail, like you see the stitching in its head, you see the just sad existence it must live. Voice was slightly changed, and the boss fight's a bit more in, innovative.
It looks
Like
like a
you're actually
human experiment.
kind of the implication. Like a long-standing life theory is that the Nihilanth is actually a human taken from Earth in the past, turned into this, and went back to Earth to try and warn humanity about what the Combine are going to do. That's one of the running theories. The other idea is not a human, but a humanoid species, but is the last of its kind.
Yeah.
Hence why it's so cruel. It's like, why should I care about this species? Mine is gone. But no, the fight is interesting. It's not just, oh, jump up and hit its weak point. It's more like break down the machinery, bring it down kind of thing. Overall, Zen is honestly my favorite part of the whole game. It feels alive. It's exactly what I want from an alien. Something that is strange and foreign and yet makes logical sense in its setting.
Yeah.
So overall, again, it's in a rare instance, I think the wait was worth it because things actually improved, but that's about it. Ugh. What a time to be alive.
We need to take a break, dude.
Yeah. So we'll be back in a few minutes. So do what you have to, folks.
Yeah. Gonna update Discord. Wait for the... Okay, there we go. No, stop doing that. Okay, loop. Unmute site. Okay, everybody. I am very sleepy. Why isn't it switching over to... Why isn't it switching over? What is going on? Oh, don't tell me something's gone wrong. Hold on. It might look fine on your end. It might not look okay on mine. There we go. Finally switched over. Okay. We're gonna be taking a quick break. I have 2 annoying little dogs I have to let outside. I need to get myself something to eat. We're gonna be playing the intro song on repeat while we're gone. So if you don't want to listen to that, that's fine. Just mute and tab away. But we'll be back as soon as we can. So be right back, everybody. We don't have to listen to that again. We're good. Mute site. Well, I'm back. Nope. There we go. Just gotta wait on Rev now. Dogs have been outside. It's raining really hard outside. I have myself Fruity Pebbles. Great. Well, trying to begin the first part of the magic. Grab my tablet. Set it down. First and foremost, message Rev that I'm back. And start to plug in the tablet. Alright. One of my friends just went live. So we're definitely gonna be raiding and hosting them afterwards. Nice. Nice.
You're back.
Hey.
Yes.
I have Fruity Pebbles.
Nice. I just had a bit of a. I think it was a Snickers. I'm not sure. No, it was a Hershey's bar.
Lucky.
Because I'm fat. So yeah, our last topic for the night is the dev stream. That is dev stream 134. I was debating about putting this one on because, well, not a lot happened.
Other than the fact that we now know they're not very good at piloting a ship and a crew.
DE has no idea how to fly a giant spaceship.
Nope.
That and apparently someone at some point flossed on stream, which made everyone a bit pissed. I know Quiet lost her mind about that one. So, let's see. Housekeeping things. Here we go. Imperium. Let's see what's on this. I'm just going down the list real quick. Yeah, everything's going to be Imperium, so let's get into it. What to expect from that? Would you not?
What?
I can see what you're doing. Could you not?
Okay.
It's like
I look up from my... droop it down.
I look up from my phone. I see this, and I just realize, like, what? All right. So according to DE, Imperium will be released in phases. We have a lot planned for the system, and we want to make sure that each aspect of it is the best it can be. What? Who wrote this? Upon initial launch, expect some thrash. Your feedback on the system will be invaluable. Yeah, of course we have the dry dock. We need to fill the rail jack. Research. You'll be able to research different components for your railjack in your clan. The research will be clan wide, and players will be able to fabricate the complete research to build in their foundry.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if someone wants to make a, I don't know, a super death ray 3000 for their Imperium, it's a clan thing. So the whole clan will, pitch in to build it.
Yeah, let's all have the BFG.
Yes, research-wise, I mean. Let's see. There are 4 different types of items you can research. That is reactors, which affect your railjack's energy capacity, guns to shoot with, engines to fly with, and shields to protect your ship. So standard, basically. These components in 3 different tiers, which scale up in efficiency: tier 1, 2, and 3. Warframe gear functions as powerless unless you get lucky. What? I read that right. Warframe gear functions as powerless unless you get lucky. That doesn't sound fun. Okay? These research components allow you to reliably earn progress towards power with your clan. Okay. Components. Here we go. These are items that items you research in your clan and build yourself. Equip them on your railjack to make an impact in battle. Here's an example of following avionics. Avionics are another part of the upgrade system for your railjack. There are different types of avionics which serve different purposes. Battle avionics, integrated integrated avionics, which is a passive stat boost, tactical avionics, void cloak, things of that, tactical based things. There are different manufacturers of avionics that offer different strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to further customize your upgrading experience. How much you want to bet some of these are bought from the corpus?
Oh boy.
That'd be funny. Hi, Neff. Even though I've destroyed your orb mothers and basically turned the Valis against you, I'd like to buy this engine, please. Thank you. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Let's see here. Players can upgrade the avionic grid themselves. I'm skipping a lot of stuff because it's like a lot of information.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
Here we go. Let's get into the fun stuff. Matchmaking and missions. If you don't have a railjack or you are wanting to join another crew, you can do so by using the join crew toggle in your star chart. That's interesting. If you want to use your own railjack, you can from a crew and host the mission by starting it in your navigation in your railjack. So the railjack will basically replace the orbiter. That's actually not a bad idea. At least in some aspects. While selecting nodes to play, the core mission objectives will vary depending on randomized aspects of the actual mission title. Internal referred to as points of interest. Certain nodes will have guaranteed points of interest in the mission. Scott mentioned that there are around 8 different points of interest, including Galleon and Asteroid Base. We saw how that went. Oh, good lord, did we see how that went? Rebecca, oh god. The poor girl, really.
Yep.
Let's see. Since this is a co-op experience, we have added various co-op tools to help communicate with your teammates. Pressing L will pull up a tactical screen that will allow you to do a few things. See where your squad mates are on the map. Spectate your squad mates to see what they're doing. Suggest tasks for them by using a selection of commands which will prompt Psy to instruct them. How much you want to bet that's going to be used for trolling?
Yeah.
Go here endlessly. Useful Warframe abilities will be on the minimap. Other tidbits: you can board enemy cruise ships and destroy the reactor, causing them to explode after a timer, or command it yourself. These also have randomized interiors. Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yay.
It's a shame you can't really collect a cruise ship, That would be
You
fun.
can
Like,
hijack
okay.
it, but you can't keep it.
Yeah, but imagine if you could control and keep a railjack, right? Imagine if you could collect them like the Kuva Liches. Imagine if your railjack suddenly loses... Oh, hold on. The stream's acting up on my end. 1 2 1 2.
You sound fine.
It could be my PC. Where was I? Oh, right. Imagine if it was like a Kuva Lich, right? Like, imagine if your Empyrean is damaged or downed or whatever. You could use the hijack cruise ship as a substitute and use it for like high risk missions or something, like a spare ship without damaging your main one, or turn it into a giant bomb and ram it into people. You know I'd do that.
Yeah. You and Zeesh would do that.
Yes. Fill it with explosives, but wouldn't that destroy our ship? That's the point. Let's see.
Zeesh's technique when it came to like Guns of Icarus, he always used a certain ship that is heavily armored in the front. And every single time I've watched them play, he would tell everybody to kick on the to be ready to repair the engines, because he's gonna go full speed and ram into the enemy, and he does this over and over and over again. And by the way, this is all like streamed by the developers as like an actual tournament.
Just insert ramming speed at nausea.
Mm-hmm. Just ask Snow. She's in it all the time.
Oh, she's just constantly being like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's just sitting there like, "Yes, Logan, what's wrong?" I don't know if you can hear that. It's raining and he's freaking out.
Yeah, it's raining here too, like really heavily.
It's raining everywhere.
The dogs came in. Like, Cooper's a fluffy thing. He came in looking like a wet mop.
Sorry, I had to also post that GIF. Prepare for ramming speed. Damn it, Zeesh.
Mm-hmm.
Just every 5 seconds to no end. But no, that would have been a fun idea. Like, the cruise ships offer an interesting gameplay idea, you know? Oh, I have an enemy ship. Let's go destroy, like, be as risky as fuck and destroy the enemy. And that would be useful. Plus, turn the tide of battle, really, which I like. Let's see. Here we go. So there's now information on the new war, what DE's plan is. There's a hint about the new war in Rising Tides, but as promised at TennoCon, the new war quest will not be released by Christmas. The war might start before then, though. And that's been a big thing DE's kind of been explaining. The new war isn't going to be like one gigantic quest you can do in a day, like, the Sacrifice or Natar or any of the big ones, right? Or the War Within, I should say. It's going to be like a proper war. Like, the enemy will be probing, will be launching attacks, that kind of thing. And I like that idea.
Yeah, it is a proper war.
And it's going to be fun. Like, it's not going to be like a Reaper War scenario where we're just going to get bombarded suddenly by the biggest weapons they have. No, it's going to be small, and we're going to be getting ready to fight back.
It's not going to feel like whatever you're doing was useless.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be, like an actual war, which I like. It's going to be interesting. And lastly, Lich feedback. The stream ended with a chat about Liches. Here's a quick recap. So these are just like questions and answers from DE. So, any plans to change your consequence of dying when stabbing your Lich with the wrong combo pairs on mods? No. The system will be continually iterated upon. Sorry, weird way of saying iterated upon as we look into expanding into new factions. Now that's an interesting one.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Lich Corpus. That'd be fun. Or Lich Sentience. Into new factions. What exists for the Grineers Liches might not work for other enemy type. Who knows? It's something we will look into more in 2020. Getting Lich you don't want is remedied slightly by trading, but we are discussing further options. Reb mentioned the idea of Paladino dispelling a Lich for you once a week. Just an idea, no promises here. Have a great weekend, Tenno. That's an interesting idea. Paladino having the ability to dispel a Lich. That'd be crazy. My big issue still remains with DE's whole, Parazon system. I hate it. I really do.
Mm.
It's very RNG heavy and it's very punishing. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. But overall, what do you think?
I'm still excited for Empyrean.
Mm-hmm. Actually flying it, you mean?
Yeah. Like actually using it.
Mm.
I'm not so sure about
Ow.
yeah. Cuz like what my biggest concern is is if they allow randos to join your crew.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest concern. It's just this is my ship, god damn it, stop spamming that ability.
No, I agree. It would be an incredible pain in the ass. And funnily enough, when they were talking about like, oh, what happens when Pyrian gets destroyed and that whole team wipe thing, I can imagine how frustrating that's going to be. To no end. Especially if it takes time to rebuild your Empyrean too. It's like, god damn it.
12 hours per piece and 1,000,000 credits per piece. Dear fucking lord.
Yeah, I still have to work on my Empyrean.
I just finished mine yesterday.
I still need to work on it. I have not gotten back in because I'm doing 100 other things.
Yep. I am very poor, which is the first time in a long time.
Oh no, I'm fine for credits. It's just, well, I was fine for credits when I started. I just need to start farming more places to get more credits. But the point still stands.
Any mission that requires you to find resource caches is a good thing.
Oh, typically what I do is I do Rathum. That gives you a guaranteed 4,000 every time.
That's not a good thing to be doing.
Oh, I don't mind it. It's a nice challenge and distraction. It's better than random chance with the index. I hate the index.
Yeah, but it gives you a lot of money.
If you get lucky. It's a big thing. Sometimes the AI can cheat. I've seen it happen. Let's see. So, yeah, overall, the Empyrean's coming along quite well. We have that bit of lore that recently dropped. Well, not recently, I should say. It's more along the lines of, what's the word? It's what people have discovered
Yeah.
with the, oh god, what's the word?
I can't find that capsule.
I don't know where it is exactly. I know it's like deep inside the ship somewhere. I think lower decks. I have to figure out eventually. But the point still stands. People have looked into it and they've discovered that giant finger. And again, it's kind of been on everyone's mind. Like, what is it exactly? From what I've, and this is just me speculating here, I think it does belong to a being from the void, but I do not believe it's from an Orica. I think there is another species of humanoid beings we haven't met yet, residing in the void, massive titans, I think. If that's the case, it's going to be very interesting to see where this goes. Hence why I've called it the Titan's Finger. But yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to when we can actually fly our fucking ships.
Yeah.
And then immediately proceed to crash it on Earth.
Knowing me, I'm gonna go in stealth, attack a ship, just destroy it from the inside out, and then just go back to mine. Like, that's how I'm doing things.
No, I want to do something similar, but more along the lines, oh, here's a ship, or here's the enemy's ship. I'm going to stay in here for a little while. Yeah. It's mine now. But that's about it, really. But yeah, I think that covers everything. I'm getting a bit on the short side, like always, but yeah, it happens. So, thank you, ladies.
5 more days.
until you get jellyfish pie.
Yay.
So once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this week's episode of Left for Random Talk. We will probably be back Thursday again, assuming things go well on my end, and things are actually there to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah. Stay tuned for HH's usual end of podcast
I don't have a
spiel.
spiel anymore.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Because this YouTube's new setup for streaming is both a blessing and a curse, mostly a curse. The link that kept showing up that should not be there is gone. Is completely
Okay.
gone. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Alright, so I guess I can now end it in a different way. So yeah, thanks ladies and gentlemen for tuning in. This has been Rev and
HH Collins 20.
thank you. This has been our episode of Left for Random Talk, and we hope to see you all again next Thursday. Stay
Yeah.
safe, take care, and we'll see you
Merry
all next
Christmas.
time. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. The only spiel I have now is who we're going to raid and host over on Twitch. If you're on Mixer or YouTube, I'm sorry, but this is where we're ending it, because with Mixer, I don't know enough people there to host and raid, mostly host. So, yeah. So, sorry guys, this is where we're gonna end it. For those of you who are on Twitch, we are gonna go raid a good friend of mine, Alia. Currently they're playing Halo, the Master Chief Remaster, I believe it's called? Yeah, the Master Chief Collection. So, it's only me right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will hopefully see you next Thursday. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Stay safe out there, and good night, everybody.